Bubble people. What is this game? What's it about? Well, I'll tell you. I've already played through this, but I'm gonna do a replay. These are all the little menu options. As you can see, I'm clicking, hold down, it opens the options, right? It's kind of cool. It's a game about popping bubbles. That's all. And it comes with a little story. A little story attached to it. About love, about loss. Let's start with the book. This one and the... It's loud. As you can see, we see all sorts of symbols back here. Now, they don't do a ton, but this one we can see, oh, it's too loud. My brain is going crazy. I am frustrated. So what can we do to relieve our guy's frustration? Good question. Let's start popping. Pop that lamp. Ah, that feels good. Closing my eyes. I see a sunset. Closing, open. Okay, I have no idea what he's saying here. But it's time to start popping. Z, speaker's heart. So we've gone out to the park. And we're looking around. Looking. Blinking. I'm hearing something. It's too loud. I just can't stand all of this horrible noise. So let's start getting rid of the noise. You can see our little bar at the bottom will help us get rid of the noise. Find all the little noise things and we'll pop every single one of them. You know, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of times in real life where I feel like this guy, where I just am totally overwhelmed. Seeing the sunset. I'm happy. Wait a minute. I'm still irritated. Who's this? A blue person showed up in our life. I like them. Is this, I wonder if this is closing your eye. That's what I'm assuming that is. Looking around all the time. But I'm so frustrated by everything in this outside world. I'm trying to live my own life. I'm just trying to focus, but I can't do it. Just an endless sea of people walking by, talking, ducks quacking, all of these loud pumps in the water. We gotta get rid of these things. Can't get any peace and quiet around here. Get rid of all these weird speakers that are on the ground for some reason. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Oh! You just killed a frog. Oh! Getting all sorts of colors now. Maybe it's because I have some kind of like sensory, like what do they call that? Like a sensory, not production. A sense, you know, just issues with, just becoming over, since, I can't even say it. Issues with, being overwhelmed by my senses. That sometimes I mean, I'm like this character. I reach a place of irritation where I just get angry and I want to get rid of everything. It's a problem I have, and I think it's probably a problem a lot of people have. Now, typically, I wouldn't want to get rid of ducks and frogs. I'm not irritated by their sounds. More so irritated by people or by random music speakers in the park like this guy is. Like, why? It's a park, it's nature. We don't have to be entertained 24/7, you know. Sure, it can make a nice little area, but it can make like a nice what would you call it, like a nice atmosphere. But that's, you know, that's not, I like nature, you know. Finally, I'm happy, having got rid of everything that annoys me. Hello, blue person, I love you. A phone call, a thing, and a train. Hands, feet, eyes. Dink, dink, dink. Oh, it's just an irritating sound. Someone's talking on their freaking phone on the subway. Bro, unironically, yeah, I get it. Let's get all these people to shut up. I'm tired of these phone talkers. Eyes, close my eyes. Still have a little bit, but I'm feeling better. I'm just an irritable guy in a world full of overwhelming sensory experiences. I'm not sure what this is. A fish? A fish? It's a fish in a bag. I love fish. But look at all of these birds cheeping away, ruining my day. I hate birds. And cars. Destroy the cars. And all the birds. And the people. We go through here and destroy... Oh, and the AC units. Yeah, you know, sometimes it's like a city thing, you know, where it is just a non-stop onslaught of sensory experiences, and not all of them positive. Lots of them positive, but not all of them. Quite a few of them are incredibly grating, very negative, and it really can be overwhelming, you know. It's a lot to deal with, and at least, you know, for me, someone coming from not necessarily a small town, but a place where you can run away from everything if you really need to. It becomes difficult to cope with when you're living in a big city. Can't seem to find the last ones. There's a bird. I'll get rid of that guy. This guy. I don't like you. I want to get rid of you. Here's another one. Ooh, my heart's slowing down. My anxiety is gone. I have inner peace. Now my question is my character like a psychic anomaly who's actually getting rid of these things? Or is he removing them in his mind? So many people all around. People. Close my eyes and I will come to peace. I wonder if it's just shutting oneself off from the world, you know? I don't think he's literally getting rid of all these people. Unless he's a crazy psychic murderer. I think it's someone learning to cope with all of the various intense experiences in their daily life. Imagining themselves in this place all alone without a single person there to bother them. None of these annoying little music things that interrupt their thoughts, just them alone with their own thoughts in their own world. I don't know if you can't tell, I vibe pretty heavily with this game. And these are some things I've struggled with or desired myself. I mean, tell me you wouldn't like a whole museum to yourself without anything else bothering you. Tons of people. But I know what I can do to make sure all of this horrible noise goes away. Gone, 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 gone. All of these people, everyone is going away and leaving behind a cacophony of beautiful and varied ink stains on the ground. And that getting rid of all these people makes my world more colorful, more beautiful, like a watercolor painting. Although a lot of these colors aren't exactly vibrant. And just like that. Look at that. Got all the time in the world. Beautiful. I love it. And there they are. Where'd everyone go? Says Blue. People are talking, listening, it's loud. I couldn't be happy because of it. But Blue says, I don't want to live without people. But if I live, but with all those people around, it becomes irritating. And Blue does not approve of what we're doing. Blue's leaving. Blue doesn't like what we've done. But that kind of insinuates that maybe we do have psychic powers to get rid of everyone. Or it could be Blue saying, you can't shut yourself out to the outside world. You need to open your heart to other people. And maybe it's our fault that we can't cope. Getting irritated with your talking. Let's get rid of all these people. People are talking. There's too many people talking. Blue's trying to talk to me, but I can't hear what they're saying because there's too much sound. I can't focus. I can't hear anything. I feel like total shit because this person is mad at me for cutting people out. I still can't handle it. There's too many people. So I cut out the talking. Oh, I'm getting so irritated. I cut out my own thoughts. Cut out Blue's talking. Just keep cutting out the talking. Cut out my own thoughts. Try to get rid of everyone around me. I'm overwhelmed. Stop listening to Blue. Get rid of the people. Stop listening to Blue. Stop listening. And everything has been cut out successfully. And I'm heartbroken. I'm really heartbroken. I'm super heartbroken. It's no good. Goodbye, blue. You have to get cut out too. And now I can have peace. Beautiful. But look at this. I'm looking for someone. I'm heartbroken. Was it worth it? To cut off everyone? And we still can't help it. We're just blocking everyone out. Even getting rid of all the little frogs. Because we just can't handle it. Getting rid of the ambiance speakers. Getting rid of these other speakers. We can't have any of it. No trash, it's stinky. No flowers. We can't even have flowers. Not in my world. Oh, it's just back at the flower pots. Goodbye, people. Not even you, who sit quietly. Not even you, who you can't even see. Get rid of all of them. As we walk, we stop at a flower, ponder upon it, try to reach out to it, you know, with our soul, with our emotions, try to feel something. But even that must go. I want to go back, want to look, but I can't. My brain is empty. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's look around. But there's nothing in sight. I've done it. Everything is gone. But all those colors, all the joy I had from removing these irritants have gone gray. And the colors they once had aren't so beautiful anymore. Let's pop them. You reap what you sow. This is true. You know, in many ways, as you can see from this game, our character took on a particular attitude when it came towards these irritable things in life. Oops. Which, you know, can be irritable. But in doing so, thinking that he was allowing for his inner self to perhaps bloom, to reach peace, he was actually denying himself the bounties of life. And that maybe it's not too bad to have such things in one's life. I've dealt with such things myself, as I was saying earlier, with being overly sensitive in more than one way, become dismissive, and tend to miss things that you wouldn't otherwise have missed. For example, well, we're still getting rid of these AC units though. Just for example, in the past, it was the other day. I've been struggling. I've been sick and I've been dealing with some other just existential, what would you call it? Existential irritants. And I'd be dismissive of most things I saw out in the world. But I was in a good mood. I felt I did something well, and I had felt that I finally kind of had a place in the madness. For the first time in a long time. And I saw two young kids in their school uniforms. Oops. In their school uniforms, talking, chatting. One had to run away to a class and ran up, and they said their goodbyes, and the boy ran up and the girl started walking off and turned around to watch him go up the stairs to his class. And it took me back. It was like a cheesy movie where the guy with the hardened heart finally warms up a bit. Finally sees the softness of life, and I smiled. I thought, young love, isn't that something? If it's even love, it could just be friendship. But, like he says in his song, What a Wonderful World. See friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. And I think he's right when he says that. It doesn't have to be romantic love. It just has to be love. And here I am, back where it all started. I'm not exactly sure what this place is, but all these numbers of things on my mind. What's this? What is this? It's a ball full of something. Let's pop all these flowers around us. We don't have to be irritated anymore. And I guess to a certain extent, these irritants in our lives, well, looks like we're taking out the room. Whoa. It's just that sometimes these irritants in our life are results of our own displeasures. Well, I guess we're taking out the earth now. I guess we've lost everything. We're not quite done. There's absolutely nothing left. We've gotten rid of everything. Except for ourselves. Let's see what it's like for there to be absolutely nothing. Take me back. Goodbye, me. Is this what you wanted? We're finally together. And that's Bubble People. A short love story. About, what's this, a gift? 5.2. Whoa. Talking, silence, and talking. Oh, a billion text messages coming in. Let's get rid of all of these text messages. Ah, that feels nice. My heart is pumping. My heart is pumping. Oh. Yes, they responded. 5.4. I haven't done this either. Oh, look at this. We're talking to each other, falling in love. Oh, we're talking about all sorts of things. Candy and food and apples and coffee and pies and fish and pineapple and mushrooms and donuts and fish and pizza and mushrooms and donuts and McDonald's and pies and wine and fish and strawberries and apples. This is a strange conversation, is it not? And I'm not sure if this is a donut or a pineapple or I don't know. Ice cream. So I guess that wasn't actually all of Bubble People. This might have been added in. So I didn't play this previously. I gotta get out of here. This place is way too loud. Let's get rid of all these people. Going on a killing streak. But that just kind of raises my questions, right? At the beginning, in that little room, and at the end, that room where we were surrounded by things. And there were all sorts of things in our little crystal ball. I wonder if that's supposed to represent our mind. Maybe I'm digging a little too deep into it, but it looks like it's a jar full of the things and the people that we've shut out. But ultimately, shutting them out doesn't actually get rid of them. It just stores them somewhere deeper in our brain. And continues to overwhelm us in some way, if not properly coped with. And after having a falling out with Blue, we come to, I guess, you know, realize that pushing everyone and everything out of our lives is incredibly harmful, to the point where we destroy the room, which is perhaps our overcrowded brain or our self-talk. This guy won't stop talking about boobs. And in destroying that, we may begin to want to see the sunset. But we can't see the sunset because there's too many clouds in the way. But yeah, to continue in destroying that room, which maybe in some sense is our consciousness or sense of self, and then destroying the world, shutting it out, shutting it all out, getting rid of it because I don't know, but maybe that too is metaphorical, no? Where if I can't have it, you can't have it, you know? You destroy the world out of sadness from losing a loved one, from being broken up, forsaking yourself. There's one of these is. There it is. Oh, it's a heart. How sweet. The end of a little love story. That's sweet, no? So we get more context behind blue and red, and why it's maybe so devastating for red to lose blue. I don't know. It's difficult to say, because this is our home, right? But I don't think it's just our home. These are all the people we've pushed out and gotten rid of. And after we destroy everything in our home and we destroy the earth, we can finally destroy ourselves. Because I don't think we're actually destroying. As I've jumped back and forth on multiple times in this video, I think we're destroying our attachment to it. We're destroying our sensory connection to it. And it's easier to first shut out the entire world before one then shuts oneself out and comes into this little crystal ball of shut out things that, despite having all of these books and blocks and things to interact with and all of this knowledge and all of these things, we can't help but sit at the desk with our light on and stare endlessly at these things we're shutting out. Because I can tell you from experience, the things that irritate you, they're non-stop, and they'll always be in your mind. Always waiting, just waiting in the back to be brought up immediately. But that was Bubble People. I think the story could be viewed as controversial, or at least insensitive to some people, because it depicts someone who obviously has trouble dealing with the loudness of life or various major sensory experiences happening all at once. And that, you know, even though earlier I was talking about how you can't push people out, sometimes it's just one's way to cope. I don't know if it's necessarily trying to teach a moral, right? Where it's saying you just have to deal with it. You can't push people out. I don't know if it's trying to say that, or if it's simply saying that when you push people out, it becomes difficult to cope. And could also be interpreted as maybe a look into someone's life, into the life of someone who struggles with these issues. I don't know. It's really hard to say what exactly they're going for, because they don't make it too explicit. But regardless, I still think it's a cute little story. I think this was free on Steam or very cheap on Steam. So, even though I've just played through the whole thing, it's still a cute game you can pick up for cheap if it's something you're looking for. But that'll be it for today. I have wanted to do a video on this one because I did think it was interesting. It gets the brain moving a bit. So, but that'll be all. I guess I'll see you next time. So if you enjoyed, please slap a like, subscribe, all that. I'll keep coming out with some stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.